About what your reaction was yesterday when you learned that you were ranked in the top 25.
Well, I actually was working out in the weight room over the lunch hour, and our strength coach came out and said, "Hey, you're in the." Rob Anderson just tweeted that you're in the top 25, and of course I used the old coach speak. Oh, that's not that big a deal. And then he's like, Dan Bailey's like, "Wait a minute." He goes, "It is a big deal." And so I thought about it a second, and I said, you know what, it is. And we talked for a couple minutes about what it does for your program externally and internally. I mean, I look at our team that was 1-3, and now to be, and on our way to losing our fourth game down in the Bahamas, and how far we've come. So I think it's a tribute to the resiliency, the toughness, the willingness and ability of our current team, current players to overcome the injuries that we've overcome. But it's also good for the program. It's good for the league. It's good for,
Last time they were ranked, he was the head coach.
That'll give you an indication. I never see Ras this time of year because he's on the road with the selection committee doing selection committee things. But I know he's probably wondering what took so long, because his last team was in the top 25. So, but anyway, it's, like I said, it's brought a lot of conversation, and I got a lot of texts and emails, and so that's good. I mean, it's not going to mean anything when the ball gets tipped on Friday night at Xavier, and it's not going to mean anything today in practice once we get going. But it hopefully gives our players an indication of just how much they've fought and how much we've improved this season.
Go ahead. I was going to ask you said stuff externally about what this means and what it brings. And granted, you did get some texts and what have you, but maybe perception of the program nationally, maybe it gives you a little more juice. Does it?
Sure.
Will that help?
Sure. I think, as a coach, you're always thinking about recruiting, and you want recruits to see that you're in the top 25. You want high school coaches and club coaches to see that you're in the top 25, because they look at other programs that are, maybe putting a lot more, football, football schools that are putting a ton of money into women's basketball that aren't in the top 25. So I think that's what you want to see, and I think it's also a reflection of being in this league. I think the Big East has helped. It's helped our program. I mean, we didn't have a great non-conference, and yet, we've earned respect because we've played better and better as the season has gone on, and we've got eight top 75 wins since the 1st of January, and that wouldn't have been the case. We're 8-2 against the top 70, 75 since the 1st of January. We wouldn't have that opportunity if we weren't in this league.
We finally did it, and it doesn't change our expectations. We still need to go into this weekend and take it seriously and finish and get a 2-0 weekend, and then go into the Big East tournament like that to maybe bump our ranking up even more.
I know that you've probably not the time to reflect, but it's been 25 years. Even the great teams have just, when you were younger, didn't get ranked. That's saying a lot about this group, doesn't it? Especially the way you guys started.
Yeah, I didn't realize that it had been that long since we've been ranked. And I know, we've had other good teams where we've expected to be in this position. This year we really did, but I think it's just because all of our experience and that's what got us there, and the things that we've dealt with, and how the year started. I remember after the South Dakota State game, Flan came in and his post-game talk to us, and we were all pretty upset because we wanted to win that game, obviously, and he was just like, this isn't going to define our season. We'll come in we'll come to the next game and we'll just get better and better, and that's exactly what's happened.
What would a Big East title mean for this team this weekend?
Oh my gosh, I don't even, I got a co-champ with Wichita my freshman year in the Valley, and getting a Big East title, we've been so close.
Possible, because obviously when you look at the matchups that DePaul has still to play, it's not a gimme for either of those wins for them. You got a shot to potentially be the sole, the only team at the top. Do you pay attention to that at all this weekend?
Yeah, I did, especially this weekend. Weekends before I haven't really, but now that we're getting down to the very end, I'm like, oh my gosh, they don't have two easy games. We don't have two easy games either, but they have Villanova and Georgetown. They're in the top 5 or 6. And so, anyone could easily drop a game. That's why you can't overlook our game. So we're looking at Xavier, and then we're going to Butler.
Marissa, when you look at this season, senior night the other night, and top 25 ranking, could this and possible title for the conference. Could this have been any better, or what'd you think at the start of the
I
year?
could not have put us in a better position, like if I were just writing it up. But it's been a whirlwind of emotions this last weekend, from playing my last game in this gym and then being in the position that we're in. I couldn't be happier right now, just because I don't have to go to class. I'm online. I get this position in basketball. I couldn't ask for a better time right now.